Ja Morant has been suspended for a second time after once again appearing to flash a gun on social media.
Ja Morant. The name used to send shivers down opponents' spines and ignite Memphis like a 4th of July firework had just become a living day joke. He has fallen so tragically. One suspension, one wrong turn, and bam! The hardwood turned to quicksand for our boy Ja. Injuries piled on like bricks, burying him under a mountain of doubt. Was this the end of Ja Morant's magical career? Buckle up as we take a wild leap into the tragic downfall of Ja Morant, one of NBA's most talented stars. Ja Morant's NBA entry. Ja Morant's journey to the NBA wasn't your typical superstar script. No blaring hype machine, no million-dollar high school endorsements. Ja's story is one of raw talent, unwavering belief, and a whole lot of heart, sprinkled with enough dazzling alley-oops and ankle-breaking crossovers to leave you breathless. Born and raised in Dalzell, South Carolina, Ja was hooping before he could walk. His playground was his backyard. His teacher, his father, T. T was a former high school player himself and instilled in Ja a love for the game and a killer work ethic. From sunrise dribbling drills to backyard battles with older kids, Ja honed his skills on the dusty courts of his hometown. By high school, Ja was a local legend. He led Crestwood High to 3 state championships, averaging a mind-boggling 34 points and 10 assists per game as a senior. His highlight reels went viral, showcasing fearless acrobatics in the air and a magician's touch with the ball. But college scouts weren't exactly lining up at his door. Ja wasn't a 5-star recruit. He wasn't from a powerhouse program. He was, however, pure gold waiting to be mined. Ja landed at Murray State, a mid-major school in Kentucky. But it wasn't the spotlight he might have dreamt of, but it was the perfect fit. Coach Matt McMahon saw Ja's potential and built his offense around the electric point guard. In his sophomore year, Ja exploded. He averaged a record-breaking 24.5 points and 10 assists, becoming the first player in NCAA history to average a double-double of both points and dimes. Colleges across the country woke up. Ja Morant was no longer a secret. The 2019 NBA draft was buzzing with anticipation. Zion Williamson was the surefire #1 pick, but who would follow him? The Memphis Grizzlies, desperate for a spark, held the 2nd pick, and with a stroke of pure genius, they scooped up Ja Morant. The small-town kid from South Carolina was about to hit the big leagues. Landing in Memphis was a perfect match. The Grizzlies, a young, hungry team, embraced Ja's infectious energy and dazzling play. He instantly became the heart and soul of the team, his electrifying dunks and no-look passes leaving Grizzlies fans chanting his name. The NBA wasn't ready for Ja. He ripped through defenders like a whirlwind, weaving through traffic with impossible crossovers and finishing with gravity-defying slams. He dished dimes with a flick of his wrist, finding teammates cutting back door or soaring for alley-oops. His scoring was electric, his passing a work of art. Ja wasn't just playing the game, he was redefining it. By season's end, the accolades came pouring in. Rookie of the Year, All-Rookie First Team, highlight reels on every sports show. Ja wasn't just a sensation, he was a star. He had taken the NBA by storm, proving that talent, heart, and a little bit of South Carolina magic could take you anywhere. The electrifying point guard for the Memphis Grizzlies has been nothing short of spectacular this NBA season. He's not just putting up points, he's putting on a show, leaving fans and analysts in awe with his gravity-defying dunks, dazzling handles, and pinpoint passes. Ja Morant's sophomore season in the NBA was like a mixtape dropped with swagger. He shimmied past defenders, threw lobs that defied gravity, and posterized rims with authority. This year, though, something feels different. It's like the Memphis Maestro turned up the volume, dialed the electricity to 11, and declared, "Welcome to Electric Avenue. Population, me." So, has the hype train left the station? Not a chance. Ja still got the handles that would make a magician jealous, the hops that defy logic, and the vision that paints plays before they even unfold. But this season, it was like he's added a whole new dimension to his game. Ja Morant's troubles and his suspensions. Ja Morant, the electrifying point guard of the Memphis Grizzlies, has danced on the NBA stage with the grace of a panther and the ferocity of a lightning bolt. He has soared for highlight reel dunks, left defenders clutching air, and brought a swaggering style to the Grizzlies that turned Memphis into a basketball hotbed. But Ja's story isn't just about soaring alley-oops and gravity-defying crossovers. It's also a story of choices, consequences, and navigating the pitfalls of fame at breakneck speed. The 24-year-old superstar has not shied away from trouble. In March 2023, a video surfaced of him displaying a gun on Instagram Live. The NBA, taking a zero-tolerance stance, slapped him with an 8-game suspension. Then, in May, another video emerged, this time showing him posing with a firearm in a car. This misstep led to a much harsher penalty, a 25-game suspension to kick off the 2023-2024 season. So what went wrong? Why did the kid, who seemed to have the world at his feet, end up grounded by the game that he loves? Many have pointed to the allure of quick fame and the temptations that come with being a young star. Others have cited growing pains, the struggle to stay grounded amidst the whirlwind of adulation. Whatever the reason, Ja's off-court decisions have cast a shadow over his brilliance on the court. Now, the impact of these incidents goes beyond missed games and lost wages. Ja is an idol for Memphis, a beacon of hope for a city thirsting for success. He's become more than just a basketball player, he is a symbol of possibility. With great power comes great responsibility, and Ja's actions have forced him to confront that truth head on. But Ja hasn't crumbled under the pressure. He's owned up to his mistakes, apologized to fans in the league, and vowed to do better. He has sought help through counseling and taken steps to demonstrate his commitment to change. Now, whether those efforts will be enough to win back the trust he's lost remains to be seen. He missed the roar of the crowd, the squeak of the sneakers on polished wood, the electric air of a game night in Memphis. For 25 long games, Ja Morant, the heart and soul of the Grizzlies, watched from the sidelines, a spectator at his own team's dance. But on a Tuesday night in New Orleans, the king returned to his throne, and the NBA witnessed a spectacle that felt straight out of a Hollywood script. The Smoothie King Center buzzed with an electrifying energy that crackled even before tip-off. Excitement hung heavy in the air, a tangible anticipation for the prodigal son's homecoming. And then, there he was, Ja Morant, his familiar grin brighter than the arena lights, his eyes ablaze with competitive fire. The crowd erupted, a wave of sound washing over him, welcoming him back like a conquering hero. That night wasn't just about basketball. It was about a city, a franchise, a fan base holding its breath, hoping for a happy ending. And Ja Morant, with his dazzling play and unwavering spirit, delivered something even better. A story of second chances, of a king reclaiming his crown. But the story doesn't end here. The road ahead is still long, paved with challenges and expectations. Can Ja maintain this focus, this fire? Can he lead the Grizzlies to the heights they aspire to reach? Only time will tell. Now, the road ahead for Ja is anything but smooth. He will have to prove his dedication to the game and his community, all while battling the whispers of doubt and the ever-present glare of the spotlight. It's a tough test, one that few in his position have faced. But if Ja can channel the same determination and grit he displays on the court, he might just emerge from this darkness stronger and wiser. Ja Morant's devastating shoulder injury. Ja Morant's return to the Memphis Grizzlies on December 19th sparked a glimmer of hope for the team, marking a turning point in the season. A 4-game winning streak, including victories against formidable opponents like the New Orleans Pelicans, fueled optimism. However, the tide quickly changed. On January 8th, the Grizzlies delivered a somber announcement. Ja Morant, the dynamic point guard, underwent season-ending shoulder surgery due to a torn labrum. The prognosis was cautiously optimistic, assuring fans of a full recovery ahead of the 2024-2025 season. Despite playing only 9 games this season and facing the disappointment of an early exit, Morant, in true resilient fashion, sought the silver lining in the situation. Breaking his silence on the injury, Morant took to Instagram with an emotional post, stating, "What you went through has a purpose, so does your life. Focus on your life's purpose and you will get through this trying time." Morant's impact on the court was undeniable, as evidenced by the Grizzlies' struggles in his absence. The setback not only limited him to 9 games, but also stemmed from a combination of factors, including a 25-game suspension following that Instagram Live video that showed him with a handgun. Now, Memphis faced immediate challenges without their star point guard starting the 2023-2024 season with 6 consecutive losses, and managing a modest 6-19 record in the initial 25 contests during Morant's suspension. However, a glimmer of hope emerged with Morant's return, leading to 4 consecutive victories. While inconsistencies followed, a potential playoff run remained within reach as long as the 2-time All-Star stayed on the court. But regrettably, fate had a different plan for Memphis, with Morant's season being cut short due to his shoulder injury. Despite this setback, the Grizzlies displayed resilience, finding ways to navigate through the season even in the absence of key starters like Desmond Bane and Marcus Smart. A recent noteworthy triumph came as the team, missing 4 starters, shockingly defeated the Golden State Warriors. Yet the road to the playoffs seems challenging for the Memphis Grizzlies with a 15-25 record. Positioned 4.5 games out of play in spot, the team faces an uphill battle. While the odds are against them, the Grizzlies cling to the hope that better luck will shine upon them in the remaining games of the season. But then, while most fans are holding their breath for Ja Morant's full recovery from the shoulder surgery, a whisper of worry hangs in the air. Could this be the end of Ja's electric rise? The curtain falling on a career full of gravity-defying dunks and impossible passes? It's a harsh notion, but here's why some fear it could be true. Shoulder injuries, especially labrum tears, are notorious for their fickle nature. They're complex, finicky joints, and repairing them is a delicate surgery. While success stories abound, there's always a lingering doubt. Will he regain his full range of motion? Will the explosiveness, the trademark Ja Morant magic, be dulled by a shadow of pain and hesitation? Though 24, Ja's game relies heavily on athleticism. He's a blur on the court, a human highlight reel. Age catches up to everyone, and even a slight dip in speed and agility could be devastating for a style built on outrunning and outjumping opponents. This injury puts that clock on fast forward, stealing precious years from his prime. Beyond the physical, there's also the mental scar. Coming back from major injuries is a mental war zone. Confidence takes a beating, and the fear of re-injury can become a heavy cloak. We've seen stars struggle to rediscover their rhythm, their swagger dimmed by the ghosts of what was. Can Ja overcome the doubts and rediscover the joy that fuels his game? I absolutely doubt. Then there's the Grizzlies' dependence. Memphis has built its identity around Ja. He's not just the star, he's the engine, the heart, and soul. Without him at full throttle, the Grizzlies are a different beast. His absence exposes weaknesses, forces adjustments, and might even lead to roster changes. Can Memphis rebuild its winning formula around a potentially diminished Ja, or will his injury trigger a wider shift in the team's trajectory? Also, the NBA is a shark tank, constantly evolving. While Ja was sidelined, dazzling young guards like Scotty Barnes and Anthony Edwards have cemented their place in the spotlight. The game is getting faster, more dynamic, and if Ja can't keep up, the league might just leave him behind. However, amidst the whispers of doubt, there are reasons to believe in Ja's comeback. He's young, driven, and surrounded by a support system that would put a superhero team to shame. His talent is undeniable, a spark that no surgery can extinguish. Remember Grant Hill, Tracy McGrady, even Derrick Rose? All stars felled by shoulder woes, only to rise again stronger and wiser. The path ahead is uncertain, paved with both doubt and hope. The question isn't will Ja come back, but what Ja will come back as. Perhaps a slightly different version. A player who has learned to play smarter, relying on his basketball IQ and veteran craft more than raw athleticism. Maybe he'll return even better, honed by adversity, his hunger amplified by the time lost. Only time will tell if Ja's injury marks the end of an era or the beginning of a new chapter. But one thing is for sure, counting him out is a dangerous bet. This young king has faced giants before, and he has always found a way to rise above. So let's hold on to hope, not fear, and be ready to cheer when Ja Morant, the king of the sky, takes flight once again. So what do you think about Ja's new career twist? Let us know down in the comment section.